Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Hope you're having a great Monday morning. Looking forward to talking to you today about you and your business. We got, as always, a lot to cover. By the end of today's show, you're going to be hungry. We're going to talk a lot about food and companies that are serving in the food industry. I always wonder, there's certain businesses out there that are kind of harbingers of what's going on in the economy in general, and I consider food to be one of them. My guest today is Christian Dumontet. Is that correct?
Dumontet. Good morning.
Dumontet. Thank you very much. I'll get it about 2 segments from now. Christian, welcome to the program. Kind of tell us about your company, Foodler.
Sure. Good morning, Kevin. Foodler is an online service for ordering from local restaurants for delivery. So you might find pizza restaurants or Chinese restaurants in major metropolitan areas throughout the U.S. to order from.
Okay. And how old is the company?
We started in 2004.
2004, and you're already got 12,000 restaurants.
That's right.
So you must be on to something that met a particular need immediately. It sounds like you are kind of a disruptor in a good way.
What we saw was the need for an aggregation type of service. Back when we started, you had a lot of restaurants with individual websites, some of which were enabled for online ordering. But most weren't. And we thought that the food court model made sense in the real world as it does in the online world. So to bring together people who are looking to buy food with a collection of restaurants offering to sell food.
Okay, very cool. So you could have a family, and they could go to a computer, and one could order Chinese, the other could order Mexican, and the third could order Italian, and they'd get there at various times because they're coming from different sources, but it really wouldn't be that big of a deal, would it?
True. Sometimes we see people ordering dessert. They may order a meal and then also a dessert online.
Yep. 48 states. I'm assuming Alaska and Hawaii are the odd men out.
I think we're actually in Hawaii, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I see. So you just no longer consider Hawaii a state. Okay, I get it. Okay, so hey, you know what? Barack Obama's been to 57 states, so anything's possible nowadays. But tell me about the types of restaurants. Obviously, they're restaurants that have the ability to deliver. That's part of their modus operandi, correct?
That's actually how the business started, and it remains most of the business. But we also work with delivery services in most of our markets who will provide delivery for restaurants that don't otherwise deliver.
Yeah, very, very interesting. And so, is there certain regions that you're stronger than others?
Right. Yeah, we remain strongest where we started, basically, which is Northeast, with primarily Boston, also sort of down the East Coast. It basically follows the progression of as we expanded. The longer we've been in the market, the better that market is for us.
Mm-hmm. And so how about the state of Texas? What do you got going on here?
We have some restaurants in Dallas.
So you haven't really broken into Houston yet?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Well, we need to make that happen. We need to make that happen. So how long have you been with the company, and what exactly is your role in the company?
I started the company with 2 other people in 2004, so I've been here since the beginning.
Oh, very good. And how's it gone in terms of your expectations? What were your expectations?
Yeah, right, yeah. Well, good boy. I mean, so we are self-funded. We worked nights and weekends around the clock as much as we could writing software. So the expectations were for anybody to start using it. I think we were pretty delighted once we started seeing people using it back then. And how's it going? Well, great. It's changed a lot. These days, things we're doing have changed a lot since, from back then. We used to walk the streets handing out flyers.
There you go. Now you email them flyers.
Now we push buttons.
There you go. So let me ask you then, how many employees does the company itself has?
So Foodler doesn't have any drivers, right? So just keep that in mind with this following statistic.
Right.
But there are 45 employees at Foodler.
Okay. And are they broken up in various parts of the region? Are some of them working virtually? How does that work out?
Right. Most people are actually working virtually. It's customer service and sales are the largest headcount. So sales, of course, is regional. Customer service can be really anywhere because it's all done over the internet with voice over IP and, of course, the internet. But salespeople travel. They're tend to be based on the East Coast, but they travel when needed to various cities.
Yeah, very good, very good. How do you get paid? How do you make your financial part?
Right. So for the consumer, the person ordering the food, there is no additional fee. In fact, we offer points and discounts and so on. But so what we do is we charge the restaurant a commission based on the food and beverage.
Okay, very good. So it's coming from the restaurant. It's part of their fixed cost of doing business.
Right.
Yeah, very cool. That's awesome and interesting. Well, we need to come up with a strategy for you to break loose here in Houston. Do you mainly work with regional restaurants, or do you work with large chains? Well, how do you prefer to operate?
Yeah, we work with all sorts of restaurants. We have some of the large chains. We have some of the what we call independent restaurants. Single owner, single location type of setup. I think I would say the majority of our business is the latter. The chains tend to have very focused branding efforts of their own, and so they would they steer their traffic into that. Whereas Foodler is great for the we work with them and we're happy to work with them, but Foodler tends to be more beneficial to the companies, to the independent type of restaurants who wouldn't otherwise have an online presence.
Yeah, very interesting. Well, I encourage people to get more information about it. Very cool. Christian Dumontet, he is with a company called Foodler. That's FOODLER.com. Do you have consumers going to the sites? I'm assuming you have consumers going to the sites as well as restaurants, right?
Sure, right. For restaurants, they can go to Foodler.com/join if they'd like to sign up or learn more about it.
Mm-hmm. And I encourage people to learn more about it and do just that. Next time, maybe we get you on the program, it'll be to talk about a strategy to bring Foodler here to the greater Houston area.
Sure, I'd love to.
That'd be cool. All right. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
Check them out, Foodler.com, Christian Dumontet, and I want to encourage you to learn more about them. And I love this kind of innovation. I'm Kevin Price. When we come back, we're going to have much more for you. I do want to remind you best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. You're listening to The Price of Business.